Hey, thanks for being here for the Schedule for Success planning. Let's just jump right into it. We plan every day from family vacations to retirement to a night out with friends. For any endeavor, large or small, to succeed, planning is paramount. While each of us has different levels of detail orientation, it's important to recognize which areas need improvement. Great leaders recognize their strength and work on their weaknesses. This program suits all levels of planning and goal setting. Exceptional leaders plan for success and understand that leadership is more than telling people what to do. In fact, it's not. It's an ongoing practice in self mastery. We've all accomplished things which we're proud of. It could be as simple as passing a test, finishing school, or creating generational wealth. This yardstick to measure success is personal, and no one can make you feel successful except for yourself. The common thread of these successes is planning. A plan can be as simple as thinking to oneself, I'm going to learn to play the guitar, or as complicated as a written list with 75 steps, and a manual as a guide every step of the way. Chances of success improve with a well thought out plan, though. Another key is repetition. We'll explore the importance of both. Anyone who has learned an instrument, a game, or a sport has become good through repetition. Success is no more than repeating certain steps until the desired result is achieved. We do it every day when we go to work. The success is the pay, and the repetition is showing up consistently. In this exercise, we're going to learn to plan by asking questions that may be tough to answer. It'll take some insight and thought for us to get deep, and what's most important to us, because if a goal does not align with our values, with who we truly are, then it's easier to avoid putting in the effort to make excuses when it's time to make sacrifices. So with that, we're going to go to our first question, which is, what are the top 3 things I want to accomplish in life? For me, the top 3 things that I want to accomplish in life is being successful in business, having a family that I can depend on, and having a family that I can support and provide for, and leaving a financial legacy for that family. Freedom to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. That's one of the top 3 things that I want to accomplish in my life. I want to accomplish having a best-selling book. What are the top 3 things I want to accomplish in my career? Well, my primary career is in construction, and what I really want to accomplish in that career is to end my career through retirement. That's the only thing I want to accomplish. I've accomplished everything in that career that I wanted to accomplish. I've been anything from a foreman to a general foreman to a superintendent, and I've got a lot of experience in that career. And my new career is taking off as a writer, and one of the top 3 things I want to accomplish in this career is to have a best-selling book. When I'm successful, what will my day look like? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up when I want to wake up. I'm going to enjoy the sunrise if I want to enjoy the sunrise. The next thing I'm going to do is have some coffee, make a little bit of coffee, and enjoy myself, maybe out on the porch, maybe in my living room, and just enjoy having the time to not be rushed to go and do something. Then after that, I'll come inside and I'll have a little bit of maybe have something to eat, or maybe I'll go into my little fitness center and I'll do some exercising and get myself in shape, and so I can have the body that I want to have post 60 years old. Then after that, I think I'll maybe write a little bit on a new book that I may be working on, or answer some emails for the businesses that I'm running. And then after that, I'll have a little bit of a lunch and maybe spend the afternoon with my wife and do something out of the ordinary, not sitting at home. Maybe go for a little drive, maybe go shopping or something, get out from the house. Or really, the place where I live is very relaxing and enjoyable to be here, so maybe I'll just do some work outside. But the the main part of it for me is that I won't have any pressure to do any of these things. And that's what my day will look like. The, these are the three goals that I'm working on. Well, right now, my goal is to finish the training program and present it to the audiences that are asking for it. Another one of the three goals that I'm working on is to start a business to generate income so that when I do leave my job, I'll have an income generated. And then the third goal that I'm working on is home improvement projects that I'm working on constantly. This is what I'm doing to achieve my dreams. Well, you're looking at one of them is talking to people and helping people and inspiring people. It's my dream to inspire people throughout the world, throughout the community, that they can do better, that they can be better, that they can have the things that they want out of life. I will accomplish this because it's meant to be. It's something that I've known for my entire life, but honestly, fear has held me back like it holds a lot of people back. And I think I will accomplish this because I'm committed to the goal that I've set and taking the steps that's necessary. What do I want most out of my career? Well, the career that I have now, currently, what I want most out of that is to retire, finish my retirement. I don't think that retirement is an age number. I don't think that it's anything like that. I think it's when I'm ready to go. But first, what I need to do is replace that with another career that I have, which is inspiring people and motivating people to move forward with their lives, to move forward with the dreams that they have. So what I want the most out of that career is to inspire people that they can do better, to help mentor people and coach people and show them the way that they can be successful, the way that I've been successful. And what does my success look like? My success to me looks like helping people become better at what they do, helping people to become better in their lives. What matters most to me and why? What matters most to me and why? My family matters the most to me. And the reason for that is that my family supports me. They understand my quirks, they understand my foibles and my flaws, and they point them out to me. And really, my wife is behind me. I wouldn't say behind me, but beside me. She supports me in whatever I'm doing. For many years, I've gone out and worked, and I've supported our family, and she's stayed home and raised the family. And she's been the rock, the solid foundation that I've been able to build our dreams on. And that's one of the reasons, that's the big reason why I'm successful at what I do and why I've been motivated to success. How does it feel to have this level of success? And what this question is about the level of success that I'm dreaming about. It feels great. It feels great to have the level of success that I can do anything I want to do, whenever I want to do it, at any time. I can go anywhere I want to go. I can buy anything I want to buy. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to buy things, because to me, things serve a purpose. I don't want material things just to have material things, but what I really want is freedom and time. That's the most valuable thing to me, is the time. And having all the time that I want to do the things that I want to do, that feels very good to me to have that in my life. So the next question is, if I could change how these things are going, what would I change? Well, the one thing I would change is the success would come faster. So really, if I could change how these things are going, what would I change? It needs to be myself. I need to change myself. I need to become the person who is successful. I need to become a different version of myself. I need to be a different person completely, because the person that I am now is a person who works every day. I'm a person that wakes up at 3 a.m, and I'm a person that goes to work leaves for work at 4 o'clock and works till 3 o'clock and then comes home dead dog tired and I can't do anything. That's who I am now. but who I want to be as a person who enjoys life, who enjoys time, who is present with his family when his family's around instead of working on something to chasing a dream. I want to be that person that is has unlimited time to do whatever he wants to do. So I need to change myself. I need to become a different person. I need to become the person who is the person I want to be. Brings me the most joy on a daily basis? I'll tell you one thing that brings me joy is waking up and having a nice cup of coffee and relaxing. That's brings me joy. But what really brings me the most joy on a daily basis is seeing my wife every day and seeing anybody in my family on a daily basis. That's what brings me the most joy. If I could change anything in my life, what would it be? The only thing I would change now is my station, I guess you could say, is where I'm at as far as a career. I have an excellent career, a primary career that the sun is setting on that career, let's face it. I can't be physical for a whole lot longer. And so if I could change anything in my life, what would it be? It would be having a career that's not physical, that I can help people out, and I'm making the same amount of money or more and supporting what I want to do with my life. And let me just edit that and say, instead of the same amount of money or more, it would be having the ability to pay what needs to be paid and to support myself and my family. Now, if there were no limits to what I could achieve, what would it be? I would have a portfolio, a financial portfolio that would last long after I'm gone, that would be a legacy for my family. That's what I would achieve. What is holding me back from living the life of my dreams? And I'm going to have to say it's fear. It's something that we all have, and it's something that most of us don't want to admit, but that's what's holding me back from living the life of my dreams is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making a fool out of myself, fear of embarrassment. We all have those, and I have those as well, and that's something that I need to overcome. What do I fear when going after those things? Well, I just mentioned what I fear. I fear failure. I feel judgment. I fear humiliation, public humiliation. I fear embarrassment. I fear rejection. I fear all of those things. So what does my dream day look like in detail? And when you do this part of it, this is where you want to get emotional. This is where you want to put your feelings into what your day looks like on a daily basis when you're living your dream. So for me, it's waking up in the morning and being able to enjoy the sunrise over the mountains, having some coffee and enjoying quiet time where I can maybe do some writing or put some poetry down, and then getting up and doing a little bit of exercise. And then maybe going out into the yard and doing something in the yard and building something outside. Maybe a little bit later, I'll come in and have something to eat and relax and maybe enjoy reading or watching something, a movie or something. And then go out, leave the house, maybe go for a short drive, maybe go hiking somewhere, maybe get a little physical activity, take a walk, something of that nature. And then come on home and rest a little bit in the afternoon, maybe have a nap, and then have a nice dinner and enjoy the time with my family, with my wife, and then lay up and read for a little while, and then go to sleep and start all over again tomorrow. How much time do I spend each day on my career? Well, my primary career, I spend about 14 hours a day at it. My career that I'm with helping and mentoring people, I spend about 2 or 3 hours a day on that. I spend about an hour in the morning, and then during my breaks at work, I spend a little bit of time on it there. And then when I come home, I spend a little bit of time on it. And then on the weekends, I spend a little more. Outside of work, what do I want to make time for and why? I want to make time for having fun. I want to make time for having vacation. I want to make time for traveling. Why? Because for 30 years being in the industry that I'm in, you don't work, you don't get paid. And I was busy raising a family and putting money away for my retirement. So I didn't miss a lot of work. And now I want to make more time to enjoy myself. I want to make time to go on trips, to go on vacation, to travel, to do things that I want to do now. Where do I feel like I'm failing? Well, I feel like I'm failing in that respect. There is spending time for myself, with my family, and going on vacation and going on trips. I feel like I'm failing in that respect. I also feel like I'm struggling with decision making. I was going to say financially failing, but I'm not financially failing. I'm doing well financially. Maybe the way I was raised maybe makes me feel like I was always struggling financially, but I'm not. I'm pretty comfortable, but I'm failing in the decision making part because I want to take it to the next level, and I'm stuck in the chute. I can't get out of it. I'm having trouble making decisions. How do I feel every day? I feel a general positive attitude. I'm geared more toward feeling positive about things, and sometimes I don't feel positive, and there's always somebody there to correct me, to put me in the right direction and make me realize the abundance that I do have in my life and what I should be grateful for. But another way that I feel every day is I feel grateful. I feel grateful for everything that I do have. And I feel grateful for the opportunities and the lessons that I learn every day. I do sometimes not feel so great. I do sometimes feel a little bit negative, but overall, I'm a positive leaning person. Now, how is this different than when I think of my dream life? Oh, I think part of it will be the same as far as feeling good about things and being positive and grateful and thankful. I do understand that having gratitude and being genuinely grateful for what I do have in life is the key to having more of what I do like out of life. And so my feelings on the day-to-day basis, as far as the negative part of it, as far as the a little bit of the woe is me and the negativity, I think that's a little different than my dream life. I think, as a matter of fact, I need to be more positive in order to live the life of my dreams. What are my priorities? So I have a priority of going to work every day. I have a priority of maintaining my home. I have a priority of doing of doing extra work on my house and building the house that I want to have. Those are priorities. What are my values? Well, my values are taking care of my family, of being having fidelity with my family, with my wife, and being consistent with my family and with my wife. Those are values that I hold. My values are to share my knowledge. That's a value, is sharing my knowledge with other people and helping others to be successful. Those are values that I hold in my heart. What's the difference between values and priorities? Well, priorities, those are ticking off a list of things that need to be done. Those are priorities. And values are things that you hold that are part of who you are. Part of who I am is being faithful to my wife and my family. A part of who I am is helping other people. Priorities are what I have is they can change over time. I'm not always going to be willing to work on my house or willing to go to work, but my values of being supportive of my family, those will always be there. How do my goals align with my values? Well, I think over the course of my life, I've always been a goal setter, and I've achieved a lot of goals, and I've failed a lot of times. In fact, I failed a lot more than I've succeeded. And the way my goals now in my life align with my values is that I'm I'm a lot more I'm a lot more in tune with what it is I truly want. And setting goals throughout my life has always been, to me, about having the freedom to do what I want to do. And I always thought that having enough money to be free was the key to it, but that's not necessarily the truth. I have, I'm comfortable in my life now financially, but I still don't have the freedom to do the things that I want to do. So my goals now align with my values, and my goal now is to set up this program to get people motivated to chase the things that they want in their lives. How must I grow to achieve my goal? The way I need to grow is I need to learn how to be consistent with the work that I put in. I need to be willing to be embarrassed and humiliated. I really need to learn how to become or be rejected by people that don't believe in what I'm doing. So I need to grow in those ways to achieve my goal. What is the first step to achieve my goal? The first step for me is to put it out there, to put myself out there, to be humiliated and to be rejected. It may happen, it may not. Chances are there's going to be a lot of rejection in my future. And so that's the first step, is put it out there. Have I taken the first step to achieve my goal? Well, in that respect, no, I haven't. But in the respect of getting everything, you know what? Yes, I have. I have taken the first step, and the first step is doing what I'm doing now, and that's presenting this to a wider audience. What action am I taking today toward my goal? Well, that action I'm taking right now. I'm I'm going through this lesson with everybody, and I'm reading the questions out loud, and I'm answering them so that everybody can see how to answer the questions. What are my daily challenges? Well, boredom is a challenge for me, and maybe it's not boredom, maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's worry, maybe it's fear, but those are some of my daily challenges. What are my daily successes? Well, on a daily basis, I do put out a short video every day on a couple of different platforms with a little bit of advice for people to follow and to listen and to learn from. So that those are all daily successes. Do those around me bring my goals closer or drive them away? I try to keep people around me that help me, that spur me toward what my goals are. And I really try to avoid those that are not in line with the life that I want to live. Are my goals smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timed? I think they are. They are smart. What daily habits bring me closer to my goal? Well, one of the daily habits that I have is posting a video with a little bit of advice for people. That brings me closer to my goal of connecting with people, of connecting with a larger audience, with people who are hungry for change. What daily habits drive me away from my goal? One of the daily habits that I have is endless scrolling on social media. So, really, that could be called unproductive time or downtime or doing nothing time. That drives me away from my goal. Another thing that drives me away from my goal is my eating habits, my nutrition. I don't have I have a goal of being a fit and trim person with a fitness mentality, and my eating habits drive me away from that goal. What is my plan to eliminate the habits that are no longer useful? Well, my plan for the non-productive time is to eliminate time that's not spent wisely, as far as specifically endless scrolling on social media. Instead of doing that, why not pick up a book and read? I have several books that I still need to read, and one in particular that's taken me a while to finish because instead of reading, I scroll through social media. The nutrition part of it, what do I need to eliminate? I need to eliminate the easy fix when I'm hungry, the easy junk food, the what's easy to grab for, eating sweets and craving sweets. I need to eliminate the habit of just reaching for food whenever I feel like eating or feel like bored or stressed or depressed or anything. I need to eliminate that from my life. Okay, now that we've gone through the questions, now we're all set. We're ready to go into planning for the year or planning for the quarter. It's best to plan for 3 months at a time and have that plan in place so that we can tick off the things that we need to do. So the first month now is January 2026. And what I like to do is I like to go through monthly goals, weekly objectives, and daily intentions. So our monthly goals are broken down to what's my goal for this month? What am I going to do? What am I going to achieve this month? And what obstacles do I expect to encounter? You might encounter, it's just like going to work. In the morning, you leave 4 o'clock in the morning, you start driving, and then you discover that the freeway's shut down. Do you stop right there and just stay there for the rest of the day? Do you turn around and go home? What do you do? Do you find a different route to work? That's what you normally do, is you find a different route to work, because going to work is important. You're going to make your money there. So whenever you come into an obstacle, you have to remember that's part of the journey. Having road construction is all part of getting to work. Having obstacles in your way, the obstacle is the way to get where you want to go. So whenever you want to achieve your goals, remember that there's going to be obstacles along the way. And when you have a plan and you encounter those obstacles, they're much easier to go through, and you welcome the obstacles because they show you the way. So how are you going to reward yourself when you achieve your goal? You may come up with, if I lose 5 pounds this month, I am going to celebrate by trying on some new clothes. And what help do I need to ask for the month to achieve my goal? Well, if your goal is to make sales in your career, then I think the help you need to ask for is that you're going to ask people to buy from you. That's helping. So in your weekly objective, you're going to have things that you need to do on a weekly basis, and then you'll check them off. So your question to yourself would be, what am I most proud of this week? Well, this week I didn't drink alcohol all week, and I normally drink every day, but I didn't drink any alcohol all week. That could be your weekly objective. I don't know. You could be proud of that. And what did I do that surprised me? Well, maybe if you're somebody who drinks a few beers every day, well, it surprised me that I was able to go the whole week without drinking, and it didn't bother me. So another question that you're going to ask yourself is, how will I work my plan this week? Well, every day I'm going to get up and I'm going to write for 5 minutes at least every day. That's going to break the seal. Every day I'm going to write for 5 weeks. I'm planning on writing a book, so I have to write 80,000 words, and if I write for 5 minutes, that's 80 words, and so I'm going to write every day at least 5 minutes. And then maybe you'll find that after writing 5 minutes, you're going to continue on for 50 minutes or another hour. Who knows? So who did I help achieve their goal this week? It's always said that you get what you want out of life when you help enough other people get what they want out of life. So on a daily intention, we have intentions every day. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to work. That's my intention. So what is my intention for today? Well, my intention for today is to go through this program with you and help you to become successful. That's my intention for the day. So what victories did I have today? Well, one victory is going through this program and helping people succeed. What am I grateful for today? Well, I'm grateful for the opportunity to help people, to serve people, to motivate people, and to mentor and teach people. And what challenges did I have today? Well, it's always a challenge to get started. It's always a challenge to get in there and start doing something, but I find that once I do start, that it starts to flow and it continues. Next, we're going to have the schedule for success, things to do today. This is the part of the planner, and it has another section that has larger. This is where you write anything you want to write. You write your thoughts down here, you write a list of things to do, and then you check them off with the little boxes. But this is for anything you need to think of, anything, any notes. You use this book everywhere you go. You pay your bills through it, you budget your life through it, you do anything you need to do in this little book here, and then you go to the next month, February, sorry. So that's it for this, and then it continues on every month, and you're gonna, on a monthly basis, you're gonna go through it, and then weekly you're gonna go through it, and daily you're gonna go through it, and every day you do what's my intention for the day, and you could answer this, and when you fill all these up, you could write your daily intentions on your to-do list, and write your to-do list and just tick it off. That's all part of being a successful planner and a leader. And that's it for this. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.